Hello, fellow soap opera enthusiasts. Welcome back to the TV Days Drama Digest channel, your ultimate hub for all things dramatic, twisty, and utterly addictive in the world of daytime television. We're the passionate team behind the scenes, dissecting every gasp-worthy moment, every forbidden romance, and every shocking betrayal that keeps us glued to our screens. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most tantalizing mysteries currently unfolding on Days of Our. The Vesa saga that's got fans buzzing, theorizing, and rewinding their DVRs in disbelief. The burning question on everyone's lips in that heart-pounding kidnapping scene. Was it truly DiMera who snatched Kristen away? Or could it have been his sinister doppelganger, Andre, pulling the strings from beyond the grave? Buckle up, because we're about to unpack this storyline with all the drama, detail, and speculation it deserves. We'll explore the events as they happened, delve into the rich histories of these iconic characters, and ponder the dark motives that might be at play. What do you think happened? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Love hearing from our community. Let's set the stage for this electrifying plot twist. Days of Our Lives, that timeless beacon of intrigue set in the fictional town of Salem, has never shied away from resurrecting the dead, swapping identities, or throwing its characters into the depths of despair. The DiMera family, in particular, is a veritable goldmine of villainy and vendettas, with secrets buried deeper than the catacombs beneath their sprawling mansion. Kristen DiMera, portrayed with fierce intensity by Stacey Haydock, has long been a fan favorite anti-hero, equal parts cunning seductress and heartbroken schemer. Her life has been a rollercoaster of lost loves, diabolical plans, and near-death experiences. But nothing could have prepared her or us for the chilling events that transpired in this latest episode. Picture this: the scene opens in the eerie silence of the DiMera crypt, a place steeped in history and horror. This isn't just any old basement, it's a labyrinth of stone walls, flickering torches, and forgotten tombs where the ghosts of past DiMera seem to whisper secrets to the living. The air is thick with dust and decay, the kind that clings to your skin and sends shivers down your spine. Kristen, blindfolded and disoriented, is unceremoniously thrust into this macabre setting by her mysterious captor. Her hands are bound, her elegant dress torn at the edges from the struggle, and her mind races with a torrent of questions. Who did this? Why her? What fresh hell awaits in the shadows? As the blindfold is yanked away, Kristen's eyes adjust to the dim light, and there he stands, a figure cloaked in darkness, his silhouette both familiar and foreboding. With a gasp that echoes off the cold stone, she utters a single name: Tony. It's a moment pregnant with tension, the kind that soap operas do best, where time seems to stretch like taffy. Tony DiMera, played with suave menace by Thou Penless, has been a staple of the show since the 1980s. He's the aristocratic heir with a penchant for power plays, often walking the line between redemption and relapse into villainy. But here's where the drama thickens. The man before her doesn't confirm his identity. No smug grin, no arrogant quip, no "yes, my dear, it's me." Instead, there's an ominous silence, a calculated pause that screams deception. We, the viewers, are left hanging on the edge of our seats, our hearts pounding in sync with Kristen's. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the doppelganger in the crypt. The original post from our channel speculated that this wasn't Tony at all, and certainly not Andre. Wait, hold on, that might have been a slip in the excitement. Upon closer inspection, the theory posits that the man Kristen addressed as Tony might actually be Andre DiMera in disguise. Andre, also brought to life by the incomparable Thou Penless, is Tony's identical twin brother, or is he? More on that later. Known for his unhinged cruelty and masterful manipulations, Andre has died more times than we can count: stabbed, shot, exploited, you name it. He survived it through some soap opera sorcery. His last demise was particularly gruesome, leaving fans to mourn or celebrate his exit. But in Salem, death is merely a plot device, a temporary inconvenience for the truly devious. The key clue here is that lack of confirmation. Tony, ever the gentleman villain, would likely have owned up to his actions with a flourish, perhaps even offering a twisted justification rooted in family loyalty or past grievances. But this imposter? He lingers in ambiguity, his eyes gleaming with a malice that feels more Andre than Tony. Could it be that Andre has been resurrected once again? Perhaps through some clandestine DiMera experiment involving cutting-edge science, or ancient mysticism? And if so, has there been a shocking switch, a body swap, a mask, or even a full-on identity theft? Kristen, with her sharp instincts honed from years of scheming, might be the first to uncover the truth. Imagine her piecing it together: the subtle differences in posture, the unfamiliar cadence in his voice, the cold detachment that Tony rarely exhibits toward her. To fully appreciate this twist, we need to journey back through the tangled web of DiMera family history. The DiMeras are soap royalty, descended from the patriarch Stefano DiMera, the Phoenix himself, who rose from the ashes time and again. Stefano's children and grandchildren have inherited his flair for the dramatic, with Tony and Andre standing out as two sides of the same coin. Tony, introduced in 1981, was initially portrayed as a sophisticated playboy with a dark underbelly. He married Anna Brady, tangled with the Bradys and Hortons, and even faked his own death multiple times. But Andre? Oh, Andre is the wild card. First appearing in 1983 as Tony's lookalike cousin, later reckoned a twin brother, Andre was a master of disguise, often impersonating Tony to commit heinous acts. Remember the Salem slasher storyline? That was Andre at his most terrifying, donning masks and wielding knives in a reign of terror that left Salem reeling. Their relationship has been a powder keg of jealousy, betrayal, and brotherly rivalry. Andre has impersonated Tony on numerous occasions, leading to confusion, heartbreak, and plotlines that span decades. In one infamous arc, Andre underwent plastic surgery to look exactly like Tony, kidnapping him and assuming his life. The switch was so seamless that even close family members were fooled for months. Fast forward to more recent years, Andre's death in 2018 at the hands of Abigail, in her alter ego state, seemed final, but whispers of his return have persisted. With advances in the show's sci-fi elements like Dr. Rolf's resurrection serums and mind-control chips, it's entirely plausible that Andre is back, badder than ever, and using Tony's face as his latest mask. So why Kristen? What could Andre possibly want with her? Kristen DiMera isn't just any victim, she's a force of nature. A woman who's orchestrated her own share of kidnappings, baby switches, and revenge plots. Her connection to the DiMeras runs deep. She's Stefano's adopted daughter, after all, and has been entangled with both Tony and Andre in the past. Tony and Kristen have shared a complex alliance, often teaming up against common enemies like the Bradys. But Andre? His interactions with Kristen have been laced with tension, viewing her as a rival for Stefano's affections or a pawn in his games. Speculation runs wild. Perhaps Andre seeks to use Kristen as leverage in a larger scheme to reclaim the DiMera empire. With E.J. DiMera currently at the helm, Andre might see Kristen as a key to destabilizing the family dynamics. Or maybe it's personal revenge for past slights, like when Kristen sided with Tony during one of their feuds. Imagine Andre's motives rooted in a twisted desire for control. He could be planning to brainwash her, force her into an alliance, or even frame her for crimes to isolate her from allies. The crypt setting adds layers of symbolism. It's where Stefano's essence lingers, a reminder of the family's immortal legacy. Andre might be staging a rebirth ritual, using Kristen as the sacrificial lamb to solidify his return. Let's paint a more vivid picture of that kidnapping scene to amp up the drama. Kristen had been going about her day in Salem, perhaps scheming in the DiMera living room or meeting a contact in the town square. Suddenly, a shadow falls over her, a gloved hand clamps over her mouth, a chloroform-soaked rag pressed against her face. She struggles valiantly, her nails raking against her attacker's arm, but the world fades to black. Hours later, she awakens in the crypt, the musty sigh of earth and stone assaulting her senses. The blindfold comes off, and there he is, the man she believes to be Tony. His face is partially obscured by the low light, but those piercing eyes, that chiseled jaw, it's him. Or so she thinks. Tony, she breathes, a mix of relief and fury in her voice. But he merely smirks, a cruel twist of the lips that doesn't quite match Tony's usual charm. No words, just a chilling stare that sends ice through her veins. As the episode cuts away, we're left with endless possibilities. Will Kristen escape and expose the imposter? Or will she be drawn into Andre's web, forced to confront demons from her past? The writers of Days of Our Lives are masters at layering reveals, often stretching mysteries over weeks or months. Remember the time when Stefano was thought dead for the umpteenth time, only to return as a hologram? Or when Princess Gina possessed Hope? This Tony-Andre switch has that same potential for epic storytelling. To expand on this, let's consider the broader implications for the show. Days of Our Lives has been on air since 1965, amassing over 14,000 episodes and a loyal fanbase that spans generations. Plots like this keep the flame alive, blending melodrama with suspense. The DiMera crypt itself is a character in its own right, side of weddings, funerals, and resurrections. It's where Tony was once held captive by Andre, mirroring this very scenario. Irony abounds. Fan theories are exploding online. Some believe it's Tony under duress, controlled by a chip implanted by Dr. Rolf. Others argue it's a new clone, courtesy of the show's love for sci-fi twists. But our channel leans toward the Andre resurrection theory. It's classic soap fare, dramatic and full of potential for confrontations. Imagine the showdown. Kristen breaks free, confronts Tony, and rips off a mask to reveal Andre's sneering face. The fallout could ripple through Salem, affecting characters like Brady, Rachel, and even the Hortons. What about Andre's possible endgame? If he's back, he might aim to dismantle the current DiMera power structure, EJ has been consolidating control, but Andre could see himself as the true heir. Kristen, with her resources and ruthlessness, would make a perfect ally or enemy. Perhaps he wants her to help him eliminate rivals. Or maybe it's about a hidden artifact in the crypt, a Stefano relic that grants immortality. The possibilities are endless, each more dramatic than the last. Let's not forget the emotional toll on Kristen. She's no stranger to trauma losing her child, being institutionalized, faking deaths. This kidnapping could push her to new depths, forcing her to relive past horrors. Will it break her or forge her into an even stronger avenger? Stacey Hayduke's performance promises fireworks. Her portrayal of Kristen's vulnerability beneath the veneer of steel is Emmy-worthy. As we wait for the next episodes, let's engage in some fun speculation. What if Andre's resurrection involves a pact with the devilish Orpheus? Or ties into the ongoing Alamein family drama? The show's interconnectivity means no plot is isolated. In conclusion, this Tony, Andre, Kristen mystery is peak days of our lives, dramatic, detailed, and deliciously deceptive. Whether it's Tony or Andre behind the mask, one thing's certain: Salem will never be the same. What do you think, viewers? Was it Tony, Andre, or someone else entirely? Drop your theories below, subscribe for more digest, and let's wait and see what twists await.